Thank you, everybody. I'm not sure where we want to go from here, because obviously in the previous half an hour we've had this general discussion, and I think in many ways, if there's any other comments that refer to this ongoing discussion, then we can continue it. I mean, otherwise, I'm just aware of the timing, and a lot of people may have to move on to other things. So if there are any particular, I'm looking in the Q&A as I speak.
Pete, let's do it the faster way. So if there are people who would like to say something, instead of typing the Q&A, they can raise the hand, and I will let them in to speak. So please continue.
Absolutely, that's I think the best way to deal with this. Bearing in mind this discussion about transdisciplinary graduate course, Chris was saying something earlier that he was submitting some work. Is that correct, Chris? Just a nod will good. I'm looking at your picture. Nod. Could you give us a little 2-minute introduction to that?
Yep. Can you just maybe, Pete, remind me exactly which work you're referring to? Was that the stuff I was mentioning to Barbara, or something in my talk?
Are you referring to a paper that you've just submitted about transdisciplinary graduates course?
So what we're trying to do is all the barriers that I spoke about in my talk. What we're trying to come up to is kind of like a guide for the types of things we need to be asking ourselves and asking our collaborators when we're starting to engage with a different discipline, a different field, a different type of knowledge. So it's almost a how-to guide to engage in these type of activities. So the figure I showed you of the reach to reap and the way different scientists ask different questions about the same thing, it's basically an intro to how we can ask each other those things and how we understand different fields and sectors to find space to integrate our different worldviews and beliefs to come up with a shared question. I think a big problem with when we engage in these processes is the question's predetermined. And so what we're really trying to do is make sure everyone's values and knowledge bases and opinions and worldviews and beliefs are captured right at the start of a participatory process. So that's kind of what I was referring to there. Pete, thank you.
The main reason I ask this is because there is an international MSP course being run in Venice, at the University in Venice, with 2 other cooperative universities that is fully funded. And it would be an excellent opportunity to try and bring some of those transdisciplinary concepts into that MSP course. Unfortunately, Eleanor, who would be joining us in Venice, and I'm not sure whether Eleanor will join us because, as I understand, she's taken another position recently. But that would be something that we could also look at integrating into the course from my perspective. Maybe somebody else, if anybody else has a comment.
Peter, sorry, Darsko. I see Elena is attending this webinar, so maybe she can just jump in and update us, everybody. I don't know. Elena, I see. Okay, here you are.
Hello. Hello, everybody. I'm Elena Gissi from the University of Venice. I will be at the course. I was awarded just before the pandemic of Marie Sklodowska-Curie action with Stanford University with a transdisciplinary project. So I'm happy to bring my experience. I have coordinated for 5 years the Erasmus Mundus Master course on Maritime Spatial Planning. And we structured the course for students with different backgrounds working together on MSP. And I'm very happy and I'm very proud that today these students, our former students, are actually the
think we lost you, Elena. The sound.
Can you hear me now? So now, just today, I've seen the news from UNESCO IOC experts and facilitators for MSP in this small state islands. And yes, hello, good morning. And I'm very proud to say that there are a lot of our former students. So I'm very happy that they took that position. So I can bring this experience and bring the experience of this 5 years long journey. Actually, the master course just stopped. So it is a pity because as I said, this kind of, as Chris and the others mentioned, these efforts need funding, and it is not easy to get funding for transdisciplinary projects. So, and to support this kind of education, but I'm very willing to share the experience. Actually, Alejandro Iglesias Campos was part of the consortium who supported the master course and the UNESCO IOC. Our students were internship with there, and Andrea Barbanti and the CNR were also involved. So we will enjoy and play a lot. I will be at the course in Venice because I'm afraid that I will not move to US before March next year. I'm afraid, but I'm also happy to be with you in Venice. So thanks.
Thanks, Elena. Pete, Audrey would like to add something to the discussion. So if you allow, please, Audrey.
Yes, it was just to mention that in the frame of, we have a working group in the C Unicorn project, so the project I was mentioning, which aims at producing relevant data in terms of connectivity for management and policy making. And in the frame of this working group, we have planned within the next 6 months to organize or contribute to fund workshops consisting in transfer of knowledge on marine policy management objective, knowledge requirement for effective decision making, open to different scientists in Europe. And I was thinking, like, maybe if you want to expand the thing that happens currently in Venice, maybe we can contribute to that, because we might have some money for that, and it might increase the impact and start something at the European scale at least. So just to mention that, I don't know if you guys will be interested or not, but it could be an option.
I'm always open to the offering of funds, but from a less facetious manner. I think that the answer to all of these issues is creating a strong network, and I believe that anybody that wants to come and join us at the table, they're more than welcome. I think that I hope that applies to all of the organisers as well.
Pete, it is your session, so unless you are done, please continue with moderation. Don't jump on me.
No, I think working on the basis that we do have limited time. Don't have anything in particular I want to raise. I think everything was covered according to my notes that I
just wanted to draw your attention, as this is the story about the future course also. There's
Absolutely.
A question from Mr. Ottman, who is asking if he might be able to join, because he says he didn't register and he didn't apply. So maybe you can comment on the potential process if there is more like the housekeeping thing.
Yeah, I was just going to come to the logistic side of things. So thank you, particularly Katerina, who has been the one that has been coordinating this side of the Marine Institute work, and everybody that's assisted with the selection of the attendees. While we have our 30 plus attendees selected, we are aware that in March in Venice, we hope that everything will be clear and everybody will be free to travel. But we are aware that there could potentially be issues. So I would just ask all of those people who are on this call, who have received, a provisional acceptance, or who are on the waiting list, that they be a little bit patient. And anybody that has got the selection, has been selected, that may not be able to attend, to inform us as soon as they can. Of course, it would be, we would expect that there will be complications for some people to get in and out of the country depending on the COVID situation. So whatever we can assist with, we will assist with. But if at some point you turn around and decide that this is not going to be your option to come, the sooner you allow us to engage with people on the waiting list, the more likely we are to fill the course. And of course, we will also have the option of live streaming. So the live streaming, I'm not sure what situation we currently have, but our aim is that most of the sessions will be available live streaming. I'm not sure that many people will want to spend 4 days watching us chat in Venice, but who knows? Some people have more exciting lives than that. But basically, we would like to keep this open as much as possible to anybody that's interested in the topic. And it wouldn't be, I don't think it would be revealing to say that we hope that this will be the first of many workshops. And I hope to see Chris, when he's in his 40s, actually doing the same job.
4 years away.
So, and maybe JB in his 40s then. So I think I'm done. I think if anybody has any questions regarding joining the course, while we have closed the applications, an informal email to Katerina and to the other organisers will be replied to and accepted. We can't promise that there would be places available. That will be dependent. But the more this information goes around, I'm sure that there will be other workshops. Maybe not in 2021, but later down the line. So at that point, I would like to hand over to Dania, Andrea, and Alejandro, whoever would like to just close the meeting. If there's no questions, first of all, is there any questions? JB?
Yeah, wait
Sorry.
a second. There is a question actually on the Q and answers chat, which is related to the course, and I think is worth discussing it. Is from Barbara. She's asking if we are going to prepare some material before the course. So I guess we will be. At the moment, we are still dealing with more administrative staff, especially for those participants which are from countries that need visas. So I would like to reassure those participants that very soon they will receive an official letter with all the appropriate statements that are needed to start their visa process. You have to be patient, and actually I want to thank you for your patience so far and flexibility. The situation is not so easy to handle because, yeah, COVID and everything, plus summer, and most of us are working in the marine environment, so summer is actually not necessarily holiday. So that's the point. But Barbara, I believe, but I'll defer to the main speakers, the main teachers of the course, that yes, we will try to prepare something and distribute reference documents or papers or material beforehand. Probably not now, but later in the year or the beginning of next year, we should be start being more practical in that regard. So now, sorry, Dania and Andrea and Alejandro, the floor is yours.
Sorry, JB wanted to mention something. Sorry, Daniel. Can you...
No, it was just to mention that JB, do you want to say something? Sorry, no? Okay, just to follow on the question to the next steps. As Katrina well mentioned, I mean, we are a little bit cautious due to the situation of the COVID itself. We are aware of the process for the visas. So the internal discussion went into finding out after the autumn how the situation will be in order to start the process, and hopefully knowing that the physical presence of everyone is ensured. So I guess that around end of November, beginning of December will be the moment where we could be informing about more clearer steps for us and for everyone to understand how the situation will be. This is one, so that's a conditioner. For us, in terms of documentation and information to handle beforehand, this introductory webinar was already attempted to be an introductory course and to prepare some material. So we have already the presentations, they will be shared with everyone. And we plan to have a short brief or report out of this sessions, this webinar. That I think the best thing would be for it to be also informing about what to expect in the course. So all of this would be expected to be, as Katerina mentioned, towards before the end of the year, I guess. We will be giving you a sign with the knowledge on the COVID and with the preparation towards more material and content for the course itself. It has been for me a pleasure to see the enthusiasm again, to get to know some of you, and we hope to really have the chance to meet in March 2021, fingers crossed, in Venice.
Andrea and Alejandro, if you have some final words.
Yeah, a few words from my side. I think that almost everything has been said. Just to say again that I'm really happy about this initiative we had, and I'm very excited to have you all in Venice and to continue this discussion that is actually culturally extremely rich, and it's fun. It's real fun for me. I hope it will be also concrete results. I agree. I am optimistic. I want to be optimistic. There are several moves ongoing, maybe also due to COVID. Who knows if this is going to become an opportunity. And we have some, say, initiatives that are directly linked, let's say, to the organizers or people more involved in the organization. I'm referring to BlueMed. I'm referring to the MBPC community, Interreg Med. I'm referring to UNESCO initiatives, UN Decade, and all the rest. So there is a good momentum, and possibly we can contribute for some concrete results step by step. I'm very pragmatic usually. For sure, this is a start of something. I think, as Peter already said, that we will do all we can to have other opportunities, other workshops, structured initiatives. Let's see how we can progress, and are very happy that there is this appetite, this request for such kind of initiatives. Thank you. Thank you all for attending the webinar, and thank you for attending the course in March.
Well, on my side and on behalf of IOC, thank you all as well for the webinar today. And it is actually a pleasure for IOC to embark in this adventure with ISMAR, with the Universidad de Málaga, the ETC of the University of Málaga, the Maritime Institute, and the CPMA, in order to continue working together. As Andrea said, it could be a great opportunity to see how we can develop all these activities beyond the course in March. As intergovernmental organization, our main interest is to increase the collaboration amongst our member states. And when we talk about member states, we talk about the public institutions, we talk about officials of the governments, we talk about scientists, and ideally to strengthen all institutional capacities to make possible your science and to translate it into direct actions for policy implementation, attending all the principles and objectives of our decade and Agenda 2030 on sustainable development. Then it is my pleasure to share this message with you, and see you in the Venezia next year.
Thank you. I don't know if I will capture all the final words that needs to be said, but I think that we all share really a great appreciation for your comments, because the attendees have been sending really nice comments. We all have been worried if this entire thing will work, because we kind of closed it a little bit to enable us to organize it properly and keep the timing. But during the course, we tried to open it up, and I guess you all appreciated that based on your comments. So thank you for that. We tried our best. Next time will be better. Thanks to all the great presentations. It has been really kind of nice to see it going, and I think it did capture the attention of the entire audience. Thanks for the discussions we had. So it was a pleasure to see you all online. Give us a little bit of time so we can come up with a potential edit of this entire video, because it's been saved and it's been broadcasted on Facebook of the MBPC. We might make a little bit shorter versions for those who would like to revisit some of the talks. Also to be able to send you the documents. I would just really kindly ask you all to go and fill the online questionnaire, which should be presented to you now when we close this video stream. But also, I think you will be getting the link to the questionnaire in the email. And yeah, I was the one who pressed broadcast, so in the end I will be the one who will press the end. But if any of you, the great people, the lecturers, would like actually to close this so that your face is the last one instead of mine, please feel free to add the final comment, or we can just close it. Nobody. So Katarina says the bell is here. Thank you all, and see you in Croatia, Italy.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys. See you in
Bye.
Venice. Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.